Okay, here's one for you anti-maskers, especially those that say it's not your job to alleviate my fear. Okay, I'll accept that. Then let's get rid of the FDA's food regulations. Because it's not a store's job to alleviate your fear of getting food poisoning, now is it? Let's stop the regulations on pesticides. Because it's not the farmer's job to alleviate your fear of getting cancer, now is it? Let's stop asking for cooks to not put peanut oil or walnuts or whatever you're allergic to into food. Because it's not their job to alleviate your fear from having an allergic reaction, now is it? You want to talk about what is your job and what is not. But yet you're the same people, I bet you, out there that when a product comes out and it causes cancer and it's a product you have to use, you are out there hollering, ban it. When a store is selling chicken that is questionable, that can be giving you salmonella, you are out there being the first people to call somebody to tell them they have unsafe products in that store. Now, we get it. It's your constitutional right not to wear a mask. Fine. But you see, it's also my constitutional right not to be exposed to a deadly virus. It's also my constitutional right to wear a mask. It's also a business's constitutional right to demand you wear a mask in their business so you do not expose their customers to a deadly virus. Now, if you want to say it is not your job to alleviate the maskers' fear of the virus, then it's nobody's job to alleviate your fear of anything. Whether it be a cancer-causing substance, whether it be salmonella, whether it be safe food handling processes, that's not your job. That's not their job. They're not there to make sure that you can reasonably expect your food and the products you buy is safe. Because it's not your job to make sure that we can reasonably expect that we are safe in public from a deadly virus. You know, your constitutional rights go two different ways. Or is it that you just concerned about your constitutional rights alone? And anybody else's constitutional rights don't matter. If you want to go shopping and the store says mandatory mask, then you've got one of two choices. Either put the damn mask on and give them their constitutional right, or turn around and go shop somewhere else. Because the way you're acting right now is like a bunch of 2-year-old spoiled little fucking brats who think the only thing that matters is your rights. What about other people's rights? That don't matter to you, does it? Not to some selfish little peon like you, right? We're not saying you can't run around without a mask. And in fact, when you catch the virus, I'll be the first one there to celebrate you and congratulate you for getting the virus like you wanted it. Because that's your constitutional right. But you don't have a constitutional right to expose me to it. You don't have a constitutional right to expose customers in a store to it. You do not have a constitutional right to expose employers of that store to that, or the employees of that store to that virus. You have a constitutional right to not wear a mask and expose yourself to the virus. And if a business insists you do not expose their customers to the virus, then do curbside service, go home and stay home and do order online, or put your fucking mask on. That's your choice. You can either respect other people's constitutional rights or be a dickhead. That's your choice. Because we're not taking your constitutional right not to wear a mask away from you. We're taking the right for you to stomp on our constitutional rights away from you. So respect my constitutional right. Respect the business's constitutional right. And wear a fucking mask and quit telling us to take ours off. Because that's not your constitutional right. We have a constitutional right to reasonable safety and security in public. And if there is a virus running around, and one of the things that needs to be done is to wear a mask to guarantee reasonable safety and security within public, then you have the constitutional right to not wear your mask. But we have the constitutional right to keep you away from us. Period. Your rights do not supersede our rights. Especially when it comes to a virus. You don't like that? Go home. Go home and not wear your mask all you want. Go to a business that does not demand you wear a mask. A lot of us maskers are out here going to businesses that do mandatory mask. And we're refusing to go to shops that do not make it mandatory. Because that's our constitutional right. We're not telling people who are not mandatory masks to make it mandatory masks. We're asking you no-maskers to give us our space. You want your space? Fine. Go to the places that do not demand a mask. Stay away from the places that do demand the mask. Because if you're going to insist places that do demand a mask allow you to shop in those shops without a mask, then we're going to insist your shops demand that a mask is worn. Make your choice. Quit stomping on my constitutional right to safety and security. Make your choice. Because you're not the only living freaking creepy little piece of crap out there. Your rights aren't the only thing out there. There's other people's rights too. And you're refusing to respect them. So quit hollering about your constitutional rights when you refuse to respect anybody else's constitutional right.